Can you give me an example, Stacey, of where motivational interviewing has really worked for the customer and for you?
Okay, so I was working with a family, well, a customer who was in a care home in Rochdale, and I had completed an assessment, and the prevalent issue was that this customer wanted to return home in Acton with her daughter, and there was a sort of, let's say, there were split differences between the family and this customer. The family didn't want her to return home, and this customer wanted to come back home. So my role as a social worker was not only to work with the family, but work with the customer and get a sense of what is it she was feeling, why is it that she wanted to return home? Did she have an insight to her needs, and were the needs, were they going to be able to be met if she was to come back home to her daughter? And in talking to this customer, she was very much clear that she wasn't happy where she was, and it was about coming home and really just being around her family. But whilst I met with her several times, and whilst I was working with her, it wasn't just about telling her about what her needs were. It was her realizing them herself and getting a sense of what is it that we're trying to gather here, what is it that she's really feeling, how can we manage with her feelings, how can we assist her. And part of me interviewing her wasn't just me coming up with the solution, it was working with her, working alongside her family, working collectively to get to an objective, an achievement. So in the end, the outcome was that she decided that she was going to remain in the care home in Rochdale, and it was kind of like a light bulb moment. She said to me, without you kind of prompting me, without you kind of asking me key questions, I wouldn't have been able to understand what I needed. It was kind of just a rushed assumption that I would be fine and that when I got home it would be easy because family would be around, but I wasn't really thinking about what the family were feeling and how they would have been able to manage with me going back with my needs. So it was about asking key questions and really getting a sense of what she could have, how we could work with her, what were the tools we could use to really manage her needs. So I think using motivational interviewing principles was really helpful. Wow, empathetic but very much realistic.
Thank you, Stacey.